telling the story helps people find their heritage and stay rooted in the ideals that have taken them to where they are today. The story of our church is a unique story that only God could write. It begins with me. My name is J.D. Babbitt. I know I'm not a pastor. As a matter of fact, I've never even preached a sermon. It's 1948, and at 56 years old, I work every day at the United States Postal Service as a mail carrier. My daily route has given me an opportunity to learn the streets of the city of Raleigh. And while delivering mail on my route recently, God began to help me view my route not only as a destination for my work, but also as a mission field to be reached. My family and I are faithfully attending church outside of the city of Raleigh, and we don't mind making the drive, but I began thinking, what if we had a church right here people could attend? We didn't have a pastor, we didn't have a building, but I knew I had a call. With faith in God and a belief that we were following His leading, my wife and I invited people to join us at our home at 713 Gaston Street right here in Raleigh in June of 1948. God did just what I knew He would, and I knew He could. A local church was formed right there in our home. And as we would outgrow that location, God would once again, over and again, provide a new location. I saw faithful men of God pastor our church during my lifetime. From Herman Hershey, our first pastor, to Billy Walker, to Robert Woodard, and finally my pastor, Randy Cox. Why, I even remember when we hired a young 21-year-old preacher named Tim Ray to lead our bus, our children, and our soul-winning ministry. I'll never forget the first time we visited that old farmland out on Trawick Road. It seems like the place that God could serve as a long-time home for our church. I believe, even one day, that God could give us the opportunity to start a school on that property. God sure has been good to me and our young church family, and I just believe that greater days are ahead for our church.
We went on our honeymoon, and that's when Herman got the final word. That's how great we were. We didn't know each other from Adam, and he didn't know whether he had a job yet or not, but he had his bag of change, I guess. And I had won a bet again with my uncle that I wouldn't marry because I'd come close a couple times. So we had a very simple little wedding, and by the time I paid a little bit on the punch and stuff and got a borrowed wedding dress, and Mother and Daddy helped me with the rest, and we got it together. I had no money left. So I went to Mother, I said, you give me that $10, because I gotta have something I wanted. So he paid off. And I don't know, Herman's mother must have given him some money, but he had this old car still he had in college. So off we go to the mountains. My dad just, it was an old car, and his tires shining. Drove that whole thing off anywhere. But we got back, and we drove in my dad's driveway. And the old Plymouth went, whoosh, and swatted. It was just swatted there on the car. It was, so we had to have that fixed. So Dad helped us out with that. So we could get to Raleigh, because he'd gotten the word that he had the church. We get to the church, and we get in there, and there's nothing there. And somehow the stores were closed. They closed on Sunday anyway, but there's some kind of holiday. And Sears was not going to be open for several days. And we were going to open a credit account. Well, we had to eat, so we got a percolator in the stove. We cooked hot dogs and soup in the percolator. We found an old tub there. We got a big block of ice, and we got chairs out of the church. We had no stove, we had no refrigerator, so we had that tub. And we made it, you know, it was fun. And it just, the people just started coming. They were the best people you ever see. That won't just happen again. It was smooth. Everybody loved everybody. We got along so good. We never had any fusses. And everybody wanted to learn. And we learned.
Hello, Miss Bernie. This is Tim Raven from Beacon Baptist Church. I am so glad to be able to greet you today and to just say from our church to you how much we love and appreciate you. It is what you and Brother Herman did here in the early days of our ministry that God has blessed and gone way beyond, I'm sure, anything you could have dreamed or imagined. And so I just want to thank you, first of all, as the pastor, and then on behalf of our church family, to let you know what you mean to us, how much we love you. Thank you for your spirit of sacrifice, living in the property at Franklin and Bloodworth, serving the Lord there, and then moving us to Easton Lane Street, and just so very grateful for how God used you and your husband. We love you. May God continue to bless you.
Can't help but wonder if these floorboards creaked the same in 48 when our pastor poured his heart and soul into preaching the good news. And those tattered old red hymn books have caught a tear or two, 'cause it's hard to sing just as I am without the Spirit moving you. If those altars at the front could testify, I know they'd say it never once got old hearing a sinner call his name. I know the stained glass never saved a soul, and these pews ain't on the road, it's called up yonder. And I know the pulpit's just a wooden stand, but it's felt the power of God's hand as His glory filled the place with awe and wonder. I know it's just a building, plain and simple white, but it's the building where Jesus changed my life. It never claimed to be the biggest, nobody ever called it cool, but it's where children met Jesus at Vacation Bible School. It's been the picture-perfect dream of 1,000 glowing brides. It's heard the weeping as the loved ones laid to rest with sad goodbyes. And I know stained glass never saved a soul, and these pews ain't on the road that's called yonder. Just a wooden stand, but it's found the power of God's hand as His glory filled the place with awe and wonder. I know it's just a building, plain and simple white, but it's the building where Jesus changed my life. It's where I learned that Jesus hears my prayers, and He's walking with me everywhere. And no matter what I've done, I know I'm loved. I'm always know it won't stand here forever. All these buildings may be gone, but I'll be forever grateful to call this church my home. I know the stained glass never saved a soul, and these pews ain't on the road, it's gone yonder. And I know the pulpit's just a wooden stand, but it's felt the power of God's hand as His glory filled the place with awe and wonder. I know it's just a building, plain and simple white, but it's the building where Jesus changed my life. It's the building